Hey Pookies, so here are some life-changing hygiene tips that you should probably know about or that your mom should have taught you, but she didn't, so I'm bringing them to you. And I expect to say thank you in the comment section, okay? But first, if today is the first time that you're seeing my face or coming across any of my videos, my name is Veronica Olunde. Click the subscribe button to be part of my family and most importantly, be part of my growth. So my first tip for you today is make sure you're washing your hair regularly. As women, I know that wash days when it comes to our hair can be so tedious and chaotic. Yes, I know that. But that should not be an excuse for you not to wash your hair on a regular basis. Don't be washing your hair once a month. It does not do you any justice. Especially if you're like me that wears wig a lot. See, there is a lot of sweat that builds up in your scalp, in your hair, and gongs. This actually cause problems over time. You develop dry and itchy scalp over time, and then your hair tends to smell. Even your wigs, they begin to smell. So ensure that you're washing your hair on a regular basis. You can do like, let's say, 4 times a month or 3 times a month. But you see that once a month, nah, it doesn't do you any justice at all. Wash your hair. It helps your hair to flourish and it helps your hair even grow a lot more better, because when you wash it you apply new hair products as opposed to washing your hair once a month and treating your hair just that once a month. It makes no sense. So if you're washing your hair regularly, you tend to treat it and apply nourishing products each time that you wash it. So it does you a lot more good if you're washing your hair regularly. That's just what I'm saying. My next tip is for my wig girlies. If you're like me that you wear wigs regularly, see what I would advise is anytime that you tend to get braids done, ensure that you take out your wigs for revamping or for washing, whatever you like to call it. Take it out, take it to a professional to revamp or to wash for you, because see, you would not know the kind of dirt that your wigs tend to accumulate. Your watercolors wig, your bob wigs, your long, see any kind of wigs at all, they accumulate dirt, dust, lots of dirt tend to build up in your wigs, especially sweats. So anytime that you get braids done or that you get the chance that you know that you won't be wearing your wigs for a long period, be it for a month, take out those wigs out for washing and ensure that you take them to professionals, not to people that don't know what they are doing, because that way, instead of them treating your wigs well, they tend to damage it. So ensure that you take out time, be it 3 times a year, ensure that you're washing your wigs. My next tip is like a life hack. Don't buy products because they are popular. Buy products because you need them. Take feminine wash for instance. There was a time that everyone was going crazy about them on social media, especially TikTok. It felt like those of us that were not using it weren't taking care of ourselves. Now I know a lot of people that went by to buy those feminine wash and then they developed some kind of side effect at the end of the day. If water does the job for you when it comes to your vagina, please stick to it. Don't buy product or feminine wash. I'm using feminine wash as an example. Don't buy it simply because it is popular or simply because the people on the internet are going crazy about it. If you don't need that product, if you don't need that product, don't buy it. My next tip is for my girlies that wear jewelries. Now, you see your everyday jewelries, ensure that you're washing them once a month. Don't say because you're having your bath with them, then you're getting them cleaned. No. Dedicate a day in a month, take them out and wash them. I think dish soap or baking powder will do the job. So ensure that you're washing your jewelries, your everyday jewelries especially your everyday earrings. Have you ever taken out your earrings for the first time in a long time and then smell your finger and then you you realize the kind of smell that comes out of taking your earrings out? Oh my god. That stench is disgusting. So if you are not the type that take out your earrings every day and then put it back on every day, if you're the type that wear them and then you take them out maybe once a month, ensure that you're washing them. Take your everyday earrings out, clean them, and clean your ears as well. So my next tip is something that I just realized. So apparently deodorants work better when you apply them at night. Who knew? So when you have your bath and you do your skincare at night, also apply your deodorants. And your deodorants are not just meant for your pits, they are also meant for places that you sweat during the day. Apply them to your underbusts area, your armpit, your inner thighs, and I think your niche. See, you know where you sweat, so apply them to that area. And for your inner thigh, don't apply those spray deodorant just so you don't get to where it's not supposed to get to. You can apply roll on to that side. Now my next tip is ensure that you floss and then you scrape your tongue before brushing your teeth. Now this when you do this, it helps your toothpaste to do the job that it is supposed to do a lot better. So don't brush first before you then start scraping your tongue and then flossing. No. And one thing you can also do is to apply toothpaste to your floss before you use them so that the fluoride would get in between your teeth a lot more better. Because like it or not, your teeth are really, really important. If you don't have teeth, how then will you have great smile? If your teeth are not properly taken care of, how will your smile be appealing to people? So please ensure that you do what I just said. Now, my next tip is ensure that you're changing your toothbrush every 3 months. So that means in a year, you're expected to have used four toothbrushes, right? So ensure that you're changing your toothbrush once every 3 months, or when you get ill and then you've gotten better, don't go back to using that toothbrush that you were using when you were ill. So change your toothbrushes. Now my next tip is for us girls that still wear panties, because I know some people have stopped wearing panties. So now if you wear panties, ensure that you're changing them once, at least once in a year. You should be changing your panties, I think, once every 3 months as well, or twice in a year, once every 6 months. But if you can't, at least change your panties once in a year. Or especially when you've gotten ill, or like let's say you've treated an infection and then you've gotten better, don't go back to wearing the panties that you were wearing when you had the infection. So that's like the time for you to change and start wearing new panties, because you might be surprised that those infections may still be hiding somewhere in between your panties. So just so those infections do not reoccur, ensure that you change your panties once you've gotten better. Also, separate your period pants from your everyday pants. I'm saying have your everyday regular panties and also have your period panties. You can't be using your everyday panties for when you're on your period. It makes no sense. And in addition, when you want to do your laundry, ensure that you wash your panties first or in a separate water than from what you're using for your other clothes. I don't know if that's clear enough, but please wash your panties separately or in a different water from the water that you're going to be using to do your regular laundry. Now, my next tip is for my girlies that love to shave regularly and still get ingrown hairs. Now, if you shave, if you exfoliate and then you shave regularly and you still get ingrown hairs, I would urge you to let your hair go out for a bit. Allow your hair to grow for a long period of time before you shave and see if that makes a difference. Next tip is if you sweat a lot or you're a gym girly and then you tend to sweat a lot, I'd advise that you change your bra and your panties regularly. This would help prevent yeast infection, because that infection thrive in wet or moist area. So please ensure that you're changing your underwear regularly if you're a girly that sweats a lot. Now my next tip is if by chance you just have to use a public toilet, I would advise that you get a sizable portion of tissue, toss it into the WC, and if you still have to sit on it, ensure that you place tissue around the perimeters of the WC. That's after cleaning after cleaning the surrounding, ensure that you place tissue on the perimeters of the WC and then you do your thing. Now, the tissue that you toss into the WC would help the water from the WC not to splash on you when you're doing your thing. And after doing your thing, ensure that you clean up properly. Like I said, yeast infection thrive in a wet or moist area. So now you cannot just do what you want to do and then wear your panties immediately. No, clean up, ensure that the place is properly dry before you wear your undergarment. Now, my next and final tip, which should have actually followed my first tip, is after every wash day, ensure that you wash your comb or your hair brushes after, and also wash your makeup brushes, please, or even your makeup sponge. Wash them because these things wound bacteria a lot, and that may be the reason why you're even breaking out. So ensure that you wash your hair brushes, your comb, your makeup brushes, your makeup sponges on a regular basis. And with that, we have come to the end of today's video. Please subscribe if you still haven't subscribed to my channel. Like if you find today's video helpful. Leave a comment in the comment section on hygiene tips that you feel we should know about. And I will see you in my next video. Until next time, bye.